In this video, I'm about to show you 35 frozen French fry brands that are full of toxic oils and exactly why, along with 10 clean, real oil options that are actually worth buying, starting with number 35, Ore-Ida Frozen French Fries. Ore-Ida is the most recognizable frozen fry brand in the US, but its hidden problem lies in the industrial seed oils used in most of its varieties. Many Ore-Ida fries are par-fried in soybean oil, which is one of the fastest oxidizing oils when reheated. When soy oil oxidizes, it forms lipid peroxides, compounds linked in food science studies to inflammation, artery irritation, and metabolic stress, especially when heated twice, once in the factory, again in your oven or air fryer. Another concern is acrylamide formation. Ore-Ida uses thin cut styles in many products. Thinner cuts brown faster, which significantly increases acrylamide levels, a heating byproduct created when potatoes cook above 250 degrees Fahrenheit. The brand's own nutrition panels show higher calories per serving compared to similar competitors because of how aggressively they par-fry the potatoes. Ore-Ida looks like the safe, family-friendly brand. Still, the truth is a combination of highly oxidizable oils, thin-cut high acrylamide styles, and aggressive factory pre-frying that makes these fries far from healthy. The taste is nostalgic, but the formulation is anything but clean. Number 34. McCain Frozen French Fries. McCain is a global giant in frozen potatoes, but its large-scale processing comes with big nutritional setbacks. Many McCain fries are pre-fried in a blend of canola, sunflower, and sometimes cottonseed oil, a trio of oils known for fast polymerization when reheated. Polymerized oils become thicker and stickier inside the body, a phenomenon flagged in lipid oxidation research for contributing to oxidative stress and increased LDL activity. McCain also uses dextrose sugar on many fry surfaces to create perfect color in the oven. But sugar on potato surfaces caramelizes quickly, creating higher acrylamides and faster browning, meaning the fries look golden long before they're actually cooked. High sugar coatings also cause the fries to burn in air fryers, producing bitter compounds that make digestion harder. McCain's fries may be crispy and widely available. Still, the sugar coatings, par-frying in unstable oils, and high acrylamide reactions make them a poor choice for anyone trying to avoid highly processed, inflammation-prone fried foods. Number 33. Alexia Regular Fries. Alexia markets itself as a cleaner brand, but the regular fry line hides a major issue. It's par-fried in expeller-pressed canola oil, which sounds healthier than soybean oil, but nutritionally it behaves very similarly at high heat. Canola oil has a high omega-6 content, and when heated twice factory plus home, it generates aldehydes, harmful compounds associated with cellular stress and impaired lipid metabolism. Another hidden concern is the seasoning sugars used in Alexia's standard fries. Even the simple versions include trace sugars to promote browning, which food chemists note accelerates Maillard reactions and increases acrylamide formation. Consumers often report that Alexia fries brown too quickly in air fryers. That's the sugar-catalyzed browning kicking in long before proper crisping happens. Alexia has a clean, gourmet image, but the regular fry line still suffers from double-heated seed oils, sugar-accelerated browning, and elevated acrylamide potential. It feels premium, but nutritionally, it's not far from the big brands. Number 32. Checkers and Rally's Famous Fries. Checkers. Rally's frozen fries are known for their bold seasoning, but that signature flavor comes with a hidden cost. They're one of the highest sodium frozen fries on shelves. Depending on variety, a single frozen serving can hit 400 to 480 milligrams of sodium before you add dipping sauces. Excess sodium mixed with par-fried seed oils increases water retention, bloating, and blood pressure strain, especially when eaten hot, which accelerates salt absorption. The seasoning blend contains maltodextrin, a fast-digesting starch with a glycemic index close to 100, higher than table sugar. This means the fries hit your bloodstream rapidly, causing insulin spikes and quick energy crashes. The bold color also comes from spices and sugar-based browning agents that darken quickly during cooking, raising acrylamide formation. These fries taste great because they're engineered to, but behind the flavor is a combination of ultra-high sodium, sugar-driven browning, and maltodextrin-fueled glucose spikes that make them more of a metabolic burden than a side dish. Number 31. Nathan's Famous Fries. Nathan's frozen fries take inspiration from their iconic boardwalk fries, but the frozen version relies on cottonseed oil during par-frying, one of the most chemically unstable oils when heated at industrial temperatures. Cottonseed oil contains naturally occurring gossypol traces, which require heavy refining. After refinement, the oil becomes structurally fragile, producing high amounts of lipid oxidation compounds when reheated. These compounds can contribute to oxidative stress and digestive discomfort. Nathan's also uses dextrose to enhance color, meaning the fries brown far quicker than their size suggests. The thick-cut style increases cook time, so the exterior darkens while the interior is still steaming, creating a surface layer with amplified acrylamide potential. Narratively, they look perfect, but chemically, they're over-browned before fully cooked. The boardwalk nostalgia is strong, but the reality is a fry built around one of the weakest oils for high heat, sugar-triggered browning, and an oxidation-heavy par fry stage that makes Nathan's a risky pick. Number 30. Red Robin Steak Fries. Red Robin steak fries look thick and wholesome, but their biggest flaw is the absorption rate of industrial canola oil during par frying. Because steak fries have more surface area and thicker walls, they hold more oil inside their structure. That oil sits trapped within the potato until reheated, and when you bake or air fry them, the reheating causes secondary oxidation, generating aldehydes that irritate the gut lining. Another hidden issue is moisture entrapment. Thick fries retain more internal steam, so when par-fried at scale, processors use anti-foam agents and stabilizers to keep the oil from boiling. Once cooked at home, those additives can create a pasty interior texture and mild chemical aftertaste when over-browned. Sodium levels are also deceptively high for a steak fry, averaging 300 plus milligrams per serving, driven by external seasoning and internal brining. What looks like a hearty, restaurant-style fry ends up being a high oil retention, high sodium, double oxidized product with more chemical complexity than most shoppers realize. Number 29. Arby's Curly Fries. Arby's Curly Fries are famous for their spice, but the hidden problem is the triple layer coating used to lock in flavor. This coating contains starches, sugars, and leavening agents that inflate the fry during cooking. When these expanded starch layers hit high heat, they create excessive acrylamide formation, far higher than plain, uncoated potatoes. Curly fries, because of their curves, have more surface area, meaning more browning and more heat-reactive compounds. Another concern is the oil retention caused by the spiral cut. Curly shapes trap oil inside the coils during factory par frying, so when you reheat them, that oil undergoes secondary oxidation, generating aldehydes linked to headaches, gut irritation, and inflammation. The seasoning blend also carries added sugars that accelerate external browning, making them crisp fast but increasing chemical load. Arby's curly fries may be addictive, but they're a perfect storm of triple coatings, surface area-driven acrylamide spikes, and high oil absorption, making them one of the harshest frozen fry styles on the market. Number 28. Aldi's Season's Choice. Aldi's Season's Choice line looks simple, but its biggest weakness is ultra-aggressive par frying. Many Aldi fry varieties are cooked at higher temperatures than typical national brands to speed up production. Higher factory oil temps create more polar compounds, oxidized toxins produced when oils repeatedly cycle through industrial fryers. These compounds cling to the fry surface and multiply again during home reheating. A second hidden issue is moisture cycling. Aldi uses cost-cut steam blanching before frying, but if steam blanching is uneven, residual moisture inside the fry turns into steam pockets during baking, giving the fries a dry shell and a collapsed center. This textural collapse allows more surface oil to penetrate, boosting calorie density by the time it gets to your plate. Season's Choice is cheap for a reason. It's the combination of overheated factory oils, inconsistent blanching, and structural collapse that makes these fries nutritionally unstable and more processed than they appear. Number 27. Great Value Frozen Fries. Great Value fries rely heavily on cottonseed soybean oil blends, two of the most unstable oils under high heat. Cottonseed oil, in particular, contains more polyunsaturated fats that rapidly oxidize at frying temperatures, forming aldehydes and trans fat precursors, even when the label legally says 0 grams trans fat. These chemical byproducts intensify when the fries are reheated at home. Walmart's frozen potato products also commonly use added dextrose to ensure uniform browning in home ovens. Dextrose caramelizes almost instantly, causing fries to darken before the interior cooks properly. Food science tests show that early-stage browning elevated acrylamides, especially in thin-cut styles like shoestring and crinkle fries. What looks like an affordable family staple is really a mix of high-risk oils, sugar-driven browning, and trans fat precursors that form during double heating cycles, making great value one of the least clean frozen fry options. Number 26. Market Pantry. Market pantry fries often use blended vegetable oils, a vague category that typically includes highly processed canola, sunflower, and soybean oils. These blends are repeatedly heated in bulk industrial fryers, producing high levels of total polar materials, a degradation metric associated with rancid-tasting oils and digestive irritation. Because the oil blend is not fully disclosed, consumers have no visibility into oxidation stability. The fries also undergo surface pre-gelatinization, a technique where part of the potato starch is pre-cooked to create a smoother exterior. While it improves crisping, it also increases the fry's glycemic impact because pre-gelatinized starch digests much faster. This means a sharper blood sugar spike compared to unmodified potatoes, even before the frying oil is considered. Market Pantry's frozen fry line might look standard, but the heavily degraded bulk oils plus fast-digesting pre-cooked starch make these fries nutritionally harsher than similar budget brands. Number 25. Kroger Regular Fries. Kroger's regular frozen fries look basic, but the real issue happens before they ever hit your oven. During mass production, potatoes are par-fried in massive vats of oil that naturally foam. To prevent oil overflow, Kroger's supplier systems use silicone-based anti-foam agents, which bind to the potato surface during frying. These residues don't wash off, and when reheated at home, they break down into siloxanes, compounds that food processing studies associate with digestive irritation and metallic aftertastes. Another overlooked flaw is Kroger's rapid par fry cycle, meant to cut costs by cooking potatoes extremely quickly. When potatoes hit hot oil without proper surface drying, moisture instantly flashes to steam and creates tiny internal fractures. These fractures trap degraded oil inside the fry's structure, raising both calorie density and internal oxidation levels. On the surface, these look like simple generic fries, but industrial anti-foam residues burden them, rushed par frying, and hidden trapped oils that make Kroger's regular fries much harsher than they appear. Number 24. Meijer Regular Fries. Meijer uses a longer steam blanching stage than most store brands. Blanching is normally done to remove sugars and prep the potato, but when overdone, it bursts and damages starch granules, making them more digestible and therefore more glycemic. Damaged starch behaves like pre-cooked carbohydrate, meaning Meijer fries can spike blood sugar faster than other uncoated fries even before they hit oil. This overblanching also weakens potato cell walls. When the fries are par-fried afterward, the weakened surface absorbs more seed oil, and then that same oil oxidizes again during home cooking. Weak cell walls, higher oil uptake, heavier, greasier texture. The result? Fries that taste soft in the middle but oddly oily on the outside are a hallmark of starch cell degradation. Meijer regular fries may look clean and unseasoned, but they suffer from starch breakdown, higher glycemic behavior, and increased oil absorption caused by aggressive steam treatment, making them metabolically heavier than expected. Number 23. Giant Eagle Regular Fries. Giant Eagle's biggest hidden problem isn't in the factory. It's in the distribution cold chain. Their frozen fries are known for longer transport loops, and when frozen products fluctuate between 23 degrees Fahrenheit and 10 degrees Fahrenheit during shipment, the par-fried oil coating begins slow oxidative rancidification, even while still frozen. This early-stage oxidation doesn't create obvious spoilage smells, but it does generate primary lipid oxidation products that intensify once reheated. These oxidized oils create the slightly stale or old flavor some consumers notice, even when the fries are within date. They also stiffen the fry texture during baking, making the outer layer tough instead of crisp. Food lipid research shows that once oxidation begins, reheating accelerates aldehyde formation, compounds linked to digestive upset and fatigue after high-fat meals. Giant Eagle regular fries look plain and harmless, but inconsistent cold chain control makes them a hotspot for premature rancidity, stale flavor compounds, and oxidation-driven gut irritation. Number 22. Hy-Vee Frozen Fries. Hy-Vee's frozen fries seem straightforward, but the biggest hidden issue is their use of spray-dried oil powders in the pre-seasoning blend. These powders are created by atomizing canola or soybean oil with starch carriers at high temperatures. During this drying step, the oils partially oxidize, forming hydroperoxides, which are early indicators of rancidity. These compounds are largely undetectable until reheated, but once you bake or air fry Hy-Vee fries, oxidation accelerates and produces aldehydes, chemicals linked to digestive irritation, headaches, and a lingering stale aftertaste. Hy-Vee also uses a hot quench cooling system immediately after par frying. This rapid temperature drop can create microfractures inside the potato structure. These fractures act like channels, pulling oxidized oil residues deeper into the fry. When reheated at home, the trapped oils degrade again, intensifying greasiness despite the fries appearing dry on the exterior. Because of these two overlooked manufacturing shortcuts, pre-oxidized oil powders and temperature shock structural damage, Hy-Vee fries end up delivering more chemical byproducts and unstable texture than buyers expect from a simple store-brand option. Number 21. Schnucks Frozen Fries. Schnucks' frozen fries face a unique problem tied to their high-velocity airflow pre-drying technique. This method blasts the freshly cut potatoes with extremely hot air to speed moisture removal. While efficient, it causes the outer starch layer to case-harden prematurely. Case hardening traps internal moisture and forces fries to absorb more oil during par frying, resulting in a heavier, greasier interior that oxidizes a second time during home cooking, producing aldehydes associated with digestive stress. This pre-drying approach also disrupts natural starch gelatinization. Instead of forming a unified crust, the surface develops microscopic cracks, which create browning hotspots when exposed to oven or air fryer heat. Hotspots generate more acrylamides and lead to fries that appear aggressively browned even though the centers remain soft and unstable. The inconsistent crust also struggles to crisp uniformly, producing a mix of tough outer ridges and collapsed inner pockets. Schnucks seems like a basic, no-nonsense option, but its airflow-induced crust damage and increased oil absorption make these fries more chemically and structurally compromised than their simple packaging suggests. Number 20. Food Lion Frozen Fries. Food Lion frozen fries rely heavily on sodium acid pyrophosphate, a color control agent used to prevent potatoes from browning during storage. While safe in regulated amounts, Food Lion's budget formulation often uses elevated SAPP levels to maintain visual consistency across extended shipping routes. Higher SAPP content slightly increases the fry's internal acidity, which accelerates Maillard browning during oven cooking. This results in darker surfaces and higher acrylamide formation, especially in thinner cuts. SAP also interacts with the potato's natural minerals, weakening pectin, the compound that supports cell wall strength. As a result, fries tend to collapse internally when heated, causing pockets where oxidized factory oil accumulates. This leads to heavier, greasier fries with a noticeably denser mouthfeel. Some consumers notice a faint metallic note after toasting. This is a known sensory side effect of pyrophosphate concentration. Food Lion may appear like a basic pantry staple. Still, the overuse of sap, compromised pectin structure, and intensified browning chemistry make these fries nutritionally harsher and chemically more reactive than expected. Number 19. Harris Teeter Frozen Fries. Harris Teeter's frozen fries look plain, but their biggest issue is something most consumers never consider: anti-stick release agents used on factory conveyor belts. These agents, often silicone-modified oils, prevent potatoes from sticking during par frying. But because Harris Teeter uses high-speed processing, microscopic residues can transfer onto the fries. Once reheated at home, these residues break down into volatile siloxanes, compounds known to contribute to a faint chemical aftertaste and mild gastric irritation in sensitive individuals. Another problem is Harris Teeter's semi-blanching cycle, which doesn't fully remove surface sugars. When sugar remains on potato surfaces, oven heat triggers rapid caramelization, causing fries to darken quickly while remaining soft internally. This uneven cooking is a common consumer complaint. Crispy tips, mushy middles. Caramelized edges also generate higher acrylamide levels, especially in thin-cut styles. The combination of belt release residues and surface sugar reactivity results in fries that brown too fast, taste slightly off, and deliver more chemical byproducts during reheating than buyers expect from a basic store-brand fry. Number 18. HEB Regular Fries. HEB uses regional high-calcium processing water in its Texas facilities, and this mineral-rich water interacts with potato pectin in unexpected ways. Calcium ions cause pectin to overfirm, forming a tougher outer skin on the fry during blanching. This gives HEB fries a noticeably stiff exterior that many buyers describe as chewy instead of crispy. Once par-fried, this hardened surface traps more absorbed oil beneath it, which then oxidizes quickly during oven reheating. The mineral interaction also disrupts starch gelatinization, leaving the interior looser and more watery. When baked at home, the steam pockets collapse, creating hollow spaces while the outer shell continues browning aggressively. This leads to over-darkened edges, hot spot acrylamide formation, and a center that never quite crisps. While HEB has a strong grocery reputation, these fries suffer from calcium-induced pectin hardening, trapped oxidizing oils, and uneven interior collapse, making them less healthy and less enjoyable compared to their clean appearance. Number 17. Publix regular crinkle fries. Publix's crinkle fries are popular for their shape, but that signature geometry has a hidden drawback. Crinkle ridges create oil retention pockets during factory par frying. These grooves hold more oil than flat fries, meaning more polyunsaturated seed oil is trapped inside the potato before you even cook it at home. When reheated, that trapped oil undergoes secondary oxidation, producing aldehydes linked to throat irritation and strong aftertaste complaints. The ridges also promote uneven heat exposure. Their raised edges brown faster than the inner valleys, which results in dual cooking zones, crispy tips with undercooked centers. This inconsistency increases acrylamide formation at the edges while leaving the middle starchy and soggy, the exact complaint many Publix shoppers frequently mention. Publix's version may seem harmless, but the crinkle design drives higher oil load, more oxidation, and inconsistent browning, turning a fun shape into a nutritionally harsher fry. Number 16. Tops regular fries. Top's processing line uses a sugar rinse step meant to remove excess potato sugars before par frying, but because it's a budget formulation, the rinse cycle is shorter and less efficient, leaving residual reducing sugars on the fry surface. When baked at home, these sugars accelerate the Maillard reaction, leading to over-browning, bitter edges, and elevated acrylamide levels. Customers often complain that the fries burn before they crisp, which is exactly what sugar-triggered browning causes. This incomplete rinse also disrupts oil absorption. Sugary surfaces caramelize quickly inside industrial fryers, creating micro blisters that pull in more oil as they cool. That extra oil oxidizes again during home reheating, contributing to digestive heaviness and dull, lingering aftertaste. Tops's fries look basic, but the leftover surface sugars, excessive browning reactivity, and high oil uptake make them one of the more unstable and chemically reactive frozen fries among value brands. Number 15. Big Y frozen fries. Big Y's manufacturing partners operate with wider oil change intervals, and during par frying, the reused oil becomes increasingly unstable. As oil breaks down, it forms total polar compounds, degradation products linked to rancid aromas and digestive irritation. Higher TPC levels cling to the potato surface, meaning Big Y fries may carry more degraded oil residue than competitors. Consumers often report a faint, stale, or old fryer flavor after baking these fries. That flavor is consistent with oxidized linoleic acid byproducts, which intensify when reheated in ovens or air fryers. Because the fries are par-fried in bulk at lower cost, they also absorb more of this degraded oil, increasing calorie density and lowering crisp quality at home. Big Y may seem like a straightforward regional brand, but the long-cycle par-fry oil, oxidation-heavy residues, and stale flavor compounds place these fries among the harsher processed options in the freezer aisle. Number 14. Smart and Final frozen fries. Smart and Final sources many of its fries from food service grade suppliers, not retail-focused brands. Food service fries are designed for commercial fryers, so they contain anti-drying additives like modified starches and cellulose gums meant to withstand heat lamps. When baked at home instead of deep fried, these additives form a tough, leathery exterior, a common complaint from buyers. Because these fries are optimized for deep fryers, they also carry a higher initial oil load from the par-fry step. That oil oxidizes aggressively when reheated in a dry heat oven, air fryer, leading to sharper aldehyde formation and a heavier post-meal feeling. Food service coatings also contain browning accelerators that react faster in home ovens, producing darker crusts with more acrylamides than typical grocery fries. Smart and Final frozen fries may look like standard retail products, Still, their food service-focused additives, high oil load, and heat lamp durability chemistry make them far more processed than most consumers expect. Number 13. Winco Frozen Fries. Winco uses a low-cost sodium silicate water glass dip, a stabilizer commonly used in budget frozen fries to keep cut potatoes from breaking during transport. While allowed in small quantities, sodium silicate forms a microscopic mineral coating on the potato surface. During par frying, this coating hardens, preventing proper moisture escape and creating a stiff, rubbery exterior that never crisps evenly at home. Consumers often complain that Winco fries feel leathery no matter how long they bake, which aligns with silicate-induced crust rigidity. This hardened exterior also prevents oil from draining properly after industrial frying. Instead, small amounts of seed oil become locked beneath the mineral layer. When reheated in ovens or air fryers, that trapped oil undergoes secondary oxidation, generating harsh aldehydes associated with throat irritation and a stale flavor. The silicate layer also increases browning reactivity, making the fries darken faster than they cook internally. Winco's low price comes with hidden chemistry: a silicate-hardened exterior, trapped oxidizing oils, and accelerated browning, resulting in fries that fight your oven instead of crisping normally. Number 12. Albertsons Frozen Fries. Albertsons frozen fries undergo a stronger vacuum drying step than many national brands. Vacuum drying removes moisture rapidly but also pulls surface water out faster than internal starch can respond. This forces natural potato sugars toward the surface, a phenomenon known as sugar migration. When baked, migrated sugars brown aggressively, causing over-darkening and elevated acrylamide formation. Many customers report Albertsons fries burn around the edges while staying pale inside, which matches vacuum-induced sugar pooling. Because vacuum drying shrinks internal cell walls, the fry becomes structurally fragile. During par frying, weakened potato cells absorb more seed oil into the core, increasing both calorie density and oxidation load. Once reheated, oxidized oil deep in the fry breaks down again, resulting in uneven texture and a heavy aftertaste. Albertsons fries may appear basic, but their aggressive vacuum drying, sugar migration, and deep oil absorption make them more chemically reactive and nutritionally dense than expected for a simple side dish. Number 11. Fries. Frozen fries begin with a pre-brine soak, a standard step meant to maintain texture, but Fry's supplier formulations use a noticeably higher brine salinity, which tightens the potato's surface pectin. This causes the fry's exterior to become too firm before par frying, locking in moisture and leading to soggy interiors with hyper-crispy edges, a complaint many fries shoppers repeatedly mention. High-salt brines also alter browning behavior. Sodium accelerates Maillard reactions, making the fries darken faster and increasing acrylamide formation in air fryers. Nutritionally, the elevated salt content pushes fries' sodium range toward the upper end for store brands, which can contribute to bloating and water retention after meals. This brining imbalance also drives greater oil uptake during the par fry stage because salt-extracted moisture leaves microchannels along the fry surface. During home reheating, the retained oils oxidize quickly, producing the slightly stale flavor some customers report. Fries seems like just another private label fry, but the over-salted brine, uneven browning, and increased oil retention make it chemically harsher than most. Number 10. Vons Pavilions Frozen Fries. Vons Pavilions use extended duration steam peeling, a process where potato skins are blasted with high-pressure steam to remove them quickly. Oversteaming gelatinizes the outer potato layers before cutting, stripping natural starch integrity and leaving the fries structurally weak. As a result, par frying causes excessive oil absorption, making these fries denser and more prone to oxidation when reheated. Extended steam exposure also leaches potassium and micronutrients from the surface, altering the natural sweetness of the potato. Many buyers note that Vons fries taste flat or washed out, which is consistent with nutrient leaching during overpeeling. In the oven, the weakened surface browns too fast while the soft interior struggles to set, creating a patchy crisp with elevated acrylamide at hot spots. Although they look like a standard regional store brand, Vons, Pavilions, fries suffer from nutrient loss, compromised starch structure, and heavy oil uptake driven by extended steam peeling practices. Number 9. King Soopers Frozen Fries. King Soopers uses multiple potato varieties depending on supply, often switching between russet, Burbank, Sheppardy, Ranger Russet, and Clearwater Gold. Each variety has different starch ratios, sugar levels, and moisture content. When mixed across production batches, these differences create wildly inconsistent browning patterns that customers often describe as some fries burn while others stay pale. Starch variability also impacts oil absorption. Low solid potatoes take in more oil during par frying, while high solid potatoes brown faster in home ovens. This inconsistency results in mixed oxidation profiles, where some fries release aldehydes earlier than others during reheating. Nutritionally, this raises unpredictability in calorie density and acrylamide output. Because King Soopers doesn't standardize a single potato type, the fry's texture, browning behavior, and oil retention fluctuate from bag to bag. What should be a simple freezer staple becomes a product burdened by starch instability, mismatched sugar levels, and inconsistent oxidation behaviors caused by variety switching. Number 8. City Market Frozen Fries. City Market's frozen fries rely on an aggressive, over-iced flash freezing step, where potatoes are blasted with sub-zero air while sprayed with fine ice mist. This technique is meant to speed freezing, but often forms oversized ice crystals inside the potato cells. Large ice crystals rupture cell walls, leaving the interior structure weakened. When baked at home, these ruptured cells release excess water, causing fries to steam instead of crisp, one of the most common buyer complaints. Crispy outside, watery inside. Cell rupture also increases oil penetration during the industrial par fry stage. More oil inside the fry means a heavier mouthfeel and greater secondary oxidation when reheated, producing aldehydes associated with throat irritation and the stale, oily aftertaste customers sometimes notice. The structural weakness also leads to uneven browning, where parts of the fry collapse before the exterior finishes crisping, creating acrylamide hotspots. City Market's affordability hides the deeper issue: oversized ice crystal damage, watery interiors, and higher internal oxidation, making them one of the most structurally unstable fries in the frozen aisle. Number 7. Jewel Osco Frozen Fries. Jewel Osco's frozen fries suffer from incomplete blanching, a problem linked to cost-cutting on steam time. Blanching is supposed to deactivate polyphenol oxidase, the enzyme that causes potatoes to brown and develop a harsh, earthy flavor. When blanching is too short, this enzyme remains active. During par frying and later at-home baking, the residual enzyme triggers enzyme-driven browning that tastes more bitter and produces deeper color than expected for such simple fries. Underblanching also leaves natural sugars unevenly distributed inside the potato. When exposed to oven heat, these sugars caramelize irregularly, creating patchy dark spots and increased acrylamide output. Many consumers comment that Jewel Osco fries brown too fast and taste slightly burnt even when not overcooked, which aligns exactly with the enzyme-sugar imbalance. Because enzyme activity also weakens starch gel formation, the fries crisp unevenly, with fragile edges and gummy centers. The result is a product undermined by enzyme decarboxylation, sugar imbalance, and inconsistent crisping, all traceable to a poorly controlled blanching stage. Number 6. Shaw's Star Market Frozen Fries. Shaw's Star Market fries are processed with soft municipal water, which has low mineral content. Soft water interacts with potato pectin differently than hard water, allowing pectin to dissolve more easily, making the potatoes softer and more water retentive before frying. When these soft texture potatoes enter industrial oil, they absorb more moisture internally, creating fries that steam aggressively during home cooking. This internal moisture leads to steam collapse, where the fry puffs slightly and then sinks as water escapes, producing hollow centers and brittle outer shells. Consumers often describe them as crispy edges, empty in the middle, which is a classic sign of soft water processing. The excess moisture also prevents clean browning, resulting in underdeveloped crisp with higher acrylamide formation at the edges, where drying finally occurs. Soft water processing makes Shaw's Star Market fries less predictable in texture and significantly more moisture-heavy, leading to collapsed centers, inconsistent crisping, and higher browning reactivity than most regional brands. Number 5. Weiss Quality Frozen Fries. Weiss quality fries are dusted with a slightly heavier layer of dextrose, a quick browning sugar commonly used in budget fries to guarantee a golden color. But in Weiss's formulations, the coating is strong enough that even light oven heat causes hyper browning, producing dark crusts long before the potato properly cooks. Many buyers complain that the fries look burnt, even when soft, which matches the behavior of sugar-heavy coatings. Dextrose also accelerates the Maillard reaction, increasing acrylamide formation significantly, especially in shoestring or thin-cut styles. Once caramelized, the sugar forms a bitter edge that consumers often mistake for stale oil. Meanwhile, the interior remains pale and under-gelatinized, trapping steam that makes the fry limp instead of crisp. Because the sugar crust seals rapidly, it also prevents oil from draining properly during par frying, leaving more seed oil inside the fry. That retained oil oxidizes during reheating, contributing to a dense aftertaste. Wise fries ultimately suffer from heavy sugar coating, excessive browning, and oxidation-driven bitterness that makes them hard to cook properly. Number 4. Ingles frozen fries. Ingles's frozen fries struggle with a major production flaw, an imbalanced oil-to-potato ratio during the par fry stage. When too many potatoes are dropped into the fryer at once, as often happens in lower-cost regional plants, the oil temperature dips sharply. This temperature drop forces the potatoes to absorb far more oil than intended, a problem known in food science as over-soaking. When oil penetrates too deeply during par frying, the fries become loaded with unstable polyunsaturated fats. Those trapped fats oxidize rapidly during oven reheating, producing aldehydes that customers describe as a stale, oily aftertaste. Ingles fries also suffer from inconsistent surface drying before freezing. If excess moisture remains on the exterior, flash freezing forms tiny ice ridges. During baking, those ridges melt unevenly and cause patchy browning, with dark, bitter edges and pale centers. Consumers commonly report difficulty achieving crispness even at high temperatures. Number 3. Save-A-Lot Bramley Frozen Fries. Save-A-Lot's Bramley frozen fries frequently use low solid potatoes, meaning potatoes with higher natural water content and weaker starch density. Low solid potatoes break down faster during blanching and absorb significantly more oil during par frying. The result is a fry that appears normal when frozen, but becomes mushy inside and greasy outside, one of the most common consumer complaints about Bramley fries. High water content also increases steam pressure during home cooking. As the center heats, steam forces its way out unevenly, causing interior collapse and giving the fries a hollow or deflated texture. This same collapse allows any absorbed seed oil to pool in the center of the fry, where it oxidizes quickly at baking temperatures. The oxidized oil contributes to a sour, stale undertone that shoppers sometimes describe as old fryer taste. Because the variety choice itself is unstable, Bramley fries suffer from poor starch density, excessive internal moisture, uneven steaming, and high oxidation, making them one of the least reliable budget fries in terms of texture and taste. Number 2. Family Dollar Frozen Fries. Family Dollar's frozen fries are produced through low-cost suppliers and often sit in extended warehouse storage before reaching stores. Even at proper freezer temperatures, the par-fried seed oils coating the fries slowly undergo primary lipid oxidation, forming hydroperoxides long before the product ever reaches consumers. These compounds don't smell rancid when frozen, but once reheated, they rapidly degrade into aldehydes that create a sharp, metallic aftertaste many buyers notice. Prolonged storage also leads to freezer dehydration, where moisture escapes from the fry interior and forms frost crystals in the bag. When cooked, dehydrated fries steam unevenly, causing brittle exteriors and collapsed centers. Because the dehydrated structure absorbs heat inconsistently, browning becomes patchy, with dark corners and pale interiors that retain steam. Family Dollar's low price hides the impact of long storage cycles, early-stage oil oxidation, and freeze dehydration damage, resulting in fries that taste older, crisp unevenly, and carry more oxidation byproducts than the average freezer fry. Number 1. Clover Valley Frozen Fries. Clover Valley fries are par-fried in high-ash industrial oil blends, a cost-saving mixture that often includes lower-grade soybean or cottonseed fractions. High-ash oils leave behind more non-fat residues after refining, which accelerate oxidation during high-heat frying. When reheated at home, these residues break down into volatile flavor compounds that customers describe as chemically sharp or dirty fryer tasting. The oil blend's instability also triggers faster polymerization, a reaction where fats thicken during heating. Polymerized oils create sticky films on the potato surface, making Clover Valley fries feel greasy even when fully baked. This sticky residue also browns too quickly, creating darker edges with higher acrylamide output. Clover Valley's potato cuts are thin, which means more surface area and more exposure to unstable oils. Combined with uneven surface freezing, This leads to inconsistent crisping and bitter-tasting crusts. Ultimately, these fries are burdened by low-grade oils, polymerization, and rapid oxidation, making them one of the harshest budget fries available. But don't worry, it's not all bad news. Some frozen French fry brands are actually clean, crispy, and made with real oils. They might not taste like fast food fries, but they're the ones you can enjoy without guilt. Starting with number 10, Alexia Organic. Alexia's organic straight-cut olive oil fries are one of the few mass-market options made with a genuinely cleaner oil. Instead of cheap soybean or cottonseed blends, these fries are par-fried in extra virgin olive oil, which contains more stable monounsaturated fats that produce fewer aldehydes during high-heat cooking. Olive oil's oxidative stability also means a significantly lower formation of degraded lipid byproducts when reheated in ovens or air fryers. The potatoes themselves are non-GMO, organically grown, and the seasoning mix avoids coating sugars or browning accelerators. Because the potatoes are cut thicker than standard shoestring fries, they retain more moisture naturally, reducing acrylamide formation by preventing overbrowning. Consumers consistently praise the clean taste, not chemically sharp, not oily, and without the metallic notes common in seed oil fries. Overall, Alexia's organic olive oil formula provides cleaner fat chemistry, gentler browning behavior, and a noticeably lighter aftertaste, making them one of the safest choices for everyday frozen fries. Number 9. Cascadian Farm. Cascadian Farm uses certified organic potatoes and avoids par-frying in industrial seed oils altogether. Instead of the standard deep fry step, these fries are lightly pre-blanched and finished with a thin, minimal oil coating derived from high oleic sunflower, a more stable, lower PUFA oil compared to traditional canola or soybean blends. High oleic oils generate fewer polar compounds during heating, which translates to fewer inflammatory byproducts in the final cooked product. Because the fries aren't pre-fried aggressively, they also carry a lower calorie density and significantly reduced oxidation risk. Their thick, rustic cut further minimizes acrylamide formation by limiting surface area browning. No dextrose, no artificial stabilizers, no anti-foam residues, just clean potatoes with a simple oil touch. These fries consistently deliver a clean taste, even crisping, and a noticeably lighter digestion profile. Cascadian Farm proves that low-oil pre-processing and organic sourcing can produce a genuinely safer frozen fry. Number 8. Whole Foods 365 Organic Crinkle Cut Fries. The 365 Organic Crinkle Cut line avoids the biggest problem in frozen fries: aggressive seed oil par-frying. Whole Foods relies on high oleic vegetable oil blends that resist oxidation far better than standard canola soy mixes. High oleic oils create fewer aldehydes, fewer polar degradation compounds, and a cleaner flavor after reheating. These fries also skip added sugars used to force browning, keeping acrylamide levels more naturally regulated. They're certified organic, meaning the potatoes aren't treated with sprout inhibitors or synthetic pesticides, something many consumers notice in the form of a cleaner, earthier potato flavor. Crinkle ridges here are produced through slow cutting rather than pressure blades, preventing oil trapping and ensuring even cook-through. If you want a fry that's closer to homemade, minimal processing, moderate sodium, and a cleaner oil profile, Whole Foods 365 Organic Crinkle Cut is one of the safest freezer options available. Number 7. Trader Joe's Handsome Cut Potato Fries. Trader Joe's Handsome Cut fries use a non-hydrogenated, high oleic sunflower oil with a far better oxidative stability than standard seed oils. Their par-fry method uses lower temperatures and shorter cycles, which reduces oil absorption and limits the formation of early oxidation markers like hydroperoxides. This results in fries that taste fresher and leave less greasy residue after cooking. Trader Joe's also avoids sugar dusting, anti-foam residues, and browning agents. The thicker cut helps maintain internal moisture while preventing harsh over-browning, a known factor in lowering acrylamide development. Consumer feedback consistently notes the fries have a clean, potato-forward flavor without the chemical sharpness found in budget brands. These fries are a great everyday option for anyone wanting cleaner oil chemistry, fewer additives, and a naturally consistent texture without highly processed coatings. Number 6. Avocado Oil Co. Avocado Oil Co. produces fries using a single-source avocado oil par-fry, meaning the oil never mixes with cheaper blends. Avocado oil contains high oleic content and a smoke point around 480 degrees Fahrenheit, significantly higher than soybean or canola, reducing oxidative breakdown during industrial cooking. This results in fewer lipid peroxides and a cleaner flavor profile after reheating. Their fries show less browning volatility and maintain a predictable crisp because MUFA-rich oils resist polymerization, avoiding sticky residues. These fries also skip pre-browning sugars entirely, relying on the potato's natural starch to achieve color. That means lower acrylamide formation and a broader golden to crisp window in ovens and air fryers. The potatoes are typically non-GMO, minimally processed, and flash frozen without additive heavy coatings, giving them a closer to fresh texture. Because both the oil and the potatoes are clean, the final product tastes fresher, digests lighter, and avoids the sharp, stale undertones associated with oxidized seed oils. For anyone wanting a fry built entirely around heat-stable fats, this is one of the safest picks. Number 5. Roots Market Organic Fries. Roots Market fries are made from USDA-certified organic potatoes and prepped with a minimal processing style. Instead of heavy par frying, they use a light, low-temperature oil pass that reduces overall oil absorption while preserving potato structure. High oleic sunflower or avocado oil is typically used, both containing stable monounsaturated fats that produce far fewer oxidative byproducts than standard canola blends. Because the potatoes are organic and uncoated, the fries lack added sugars, preservatives, or anti-browning chemicals. This means browning happens gradually and naturally, lowering acrylamide reactivity and giving the fries a mild, earthy flavor. Consumers often note that these fries feel closer to homemade, which is consistent with low chemical, low oil pre-processing. Roots Market also maintains a controlled cold chain, preventing the oxidation issues seen in lower-end brands. The result is a fry that crisps consistently, tastes clean, and leaves none of the sharp, greasy aftertaste that oxidized oils produce. For organic shoppers seeking reliability and purity, Roots Market fries are a standout. Number 4. Thrive Market Organic Fries. Thrive Market fries combine organic potatoes with healthy, heat-stable, high oleic oils, creating one of the cleanest frozen fry options online. High oleic oils generate fewer aldehydes during heating, giving the fries a smoother flavor and gentler digestion profile. Because Thrive avoids dextrose, maltodextrin, and synthetic coatings, their browning curve is more natural, producing light, even color without acrylamide spikes. The potatoes are processed with minimal blanching and no heavy brines, preserving natural starch integrity. This allows the fries to crisp steadily in ovens and air fryers without the gummy centers or hollow collapse found in cheaper brands. Their ingredient list is extremely simple, often just organic potatoes, organic oil, and sea salt, a rarity in the frozen fry category. Thrive Market also ships with controlled frozen packaging, which prevents early-stage lipid oxidation seen in long warehouse storage brands. For health-conscious buyers, these fries offer clean ingredients, stable oils, and truly better processing, making them ideal for regular use. Number 3. Farmers Market Organic Potato Fries. Farmers Market fries begin with organically grown potatoes and use minimal par frying in high oleic sunflower or avocado oil. High oleic oils resist oxidation far better than traditional fryer blends, resulting in fewer polar compounds and a lighter post-meal feel. These fries contain no added sugar, which helps control acrylamide formation and prevents the harsh, over-browned edges common in budget brands. Their cut style is thicker, helping maintain moisture and reducing surface area browning, which naturally lowers acrylamide risk. The flash freezing process is gentle, preventing ice crystal damage and protecting cell structure, meaning the fries bake evenly instead of steaming or collapsing. Consumers consistently mention clean flavor and excellent crisping without oiliness. With no preservatives, no artificial colors, and a stable, healthier oil base, Farmers Market fries deliver a clean, reliable, organic frozen fry that behaves closer to fresh-cut potatoes than industrially processed ones. Number 2. Sprouts Organic Straight Cut Fries. Sprouts Organic Fries are one of the cleanest grocery store options because they skip the aggressive par frying used by mainstream brands. Instead, the potatoes are lightly blanched and coated with high oleic sunflower oil, a heat-stable monounsaturated fat that forms far fewer aldehydes during oven reheating. High oleic oils resist oxidation much better than soybean or cottonseed, which is why Sprouts fries have a noticeably smoother, fresher flavor without the stale fryer aftertaste common in seed oil products. These fries are USDA organic, meaning the potatoes aren't treated with sprout inhibitors or synthetic post-harvest chemicals. They also avoid dextrose and caramelizing sugars, so browning happens naturally, keeping acrylamide levels lower and preventing that harsh, overdark crust many shoppers complain about in cheaper fries. The straight-cut thickness helps preserve internal moisture, allowing the fries to crisp evenly in air fryers without collapsing or going leathery. Sprouts delivers a fry that's clean, lightly processed, and stable under heat, giving you a genuinely safer frozen option that tastes closer to fresh-cut potatoes than industrially fried brands. Number 1. Primal Kitchen Avocado Oil Fries. Primal Kitchen's fries stand apart because they are one of the very few frozen potatoes par-fried exclusively in avocado oil, not blends, not mixed-grade seed oils. Avocado oil is among the most stable high-heat cooking fats, rich in heat-resistant monounsaturated fats that generate far fewer oxidized lipids during factory frying and at-home reheating. This dramatically reduces the formation of aldehydes and polar compounds that are commonly found in soybean or canola fries. Primal Kitchen also eliminates sugar dusting, anti-foam chemicals, and browning accelerators. Without these additives, the fries brown evenly and naturally, keeping acrylamide formation lower while delivering a clean, crisp finish. Their thicker cut protects starch integrity and preserves moisture, preventing the hollow center collapse and bitter edges seen in heavily processed store brands. Consumer feedback consistently praises the clean taste, light digestion, and no chemical aftertaste, all of which reflect avocado oil's stability. Suppose you want a frozen fry with the cleanest oil chemistry, minimal processing, and reliable crisping. In that case, Primal Kitchen remains one of the best and safest premium options in the entire category.